And so when I look at this, I think of what Jesus said, what had to have been happening in the church of Thessalonica is that they were living out what Jesus said. If I be lifted up, I will draw all people to myself. And I do not believe that's a hyperbolic statement. I actually believe when Jesus is lifted up, people are drawn. What we need to remember is not all people are drawn to salvation. Some people are drawn to rejection. When Jesus was lifted up on the cross, everyone around him, their eyes were fixed on him, but not everyone responded the same. And I think it's not our responsibility to concern ourselves with how people respond to Jesus lifted up. We're just called to lift him up. And what we need is a faith that works, because there are endless amounts of people. Every one of you probably knows someone like my dad. Someone that's broken, someone that's lost, someone that's hurting. And it's not enough to say, I have faith in Jesus, because faith in Jesus, apart from faith for neighbor, is something other than the gospel. Because Jesus said, love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. You cannot separate the one from the other. In fact, Martin Buber, the great Jewish theologian, said this. He said, when I look away from the face of my neighbor, I look away from the face of God. And I think that God intended, this is why God said over Adam in the garden before sin even entered the story, it's not good that man be alone. Because, and what he meant by that is, well, you could say, well, Adam wasn't alone, he was with God. God said, no, that's not enough. Because I didn't create you to just simply be with me by yourself. I created you to discover me in the context of community with others who love me.